I am Hermes, messenger of the gods, here to bring her message in my hermetic communication. So, time. Time is an illusion, and all of us have heard this from thinkers like Einstein, but do we really understand what this means? Right now, you are not in the land of the living. You are not in the eternal now. You have plunged into Hades, along with me, along with every other living soul, and this is why all around us it appears that there is decay. And what is this decay on the course of? It's on the course of time. Our consciousness projects individual still frames of reality in a steady and extremely rapid sequence. And why does our consciousness do this? Well, it's not because this is innately how our consciousness acts and interacts with environments, but it is because our consciousness right now is a shadow projection of our original consciousness. Yes, this shadow projection creates the illusion of a steady flow of time. And time, as I've been saying, is absolutely necessary in order to resolve any dualistic conditions. Because when you're in the eternal now, there is no ebb and flow, because everything just is. Everything that is experienced is automatically blissful. If you can imagine a frozen snapshot, but where there is activity without time, this is exactly what Hyperborea is like. I know that is quite confusing for us in this state to realize. Being in the present is a present from the goddess. And this is part of our journey here. We are here to connect our hearts with each other through blood over intent, thereby connecting us with the Emerald Goddess, and thereby trying to stay in the now and realizing that the now is the only moment which truly can create. Because the past is behind us. We can choose to try to pull creation from there, but we know that when we try to do that, it leads to fear and an inability to be in the present. And also, the future can't really help us out that much because it is impending. So everything is absolutely determined based on the here and now. Yes, I'm saying that your entire timeline can change right now. So your past can change how the present affects the future by affecting the now, the eternal now. The present is not a result of the past. We have been duped. We have been duped into believing that everything around us is in a linear fashion. But we are going in and out of time all the time. We are multidimensional creators, and the same way you exist in this timeline, you exist in many other timelines. So have you ever made a pact with yourself, maybe right before you go to bed, and you wake up and you feel a little different, and the circumstances of your reality have slightly shifted? This is indeed not because your past has conglomerated into that moment, but it's because the night before you determined you would jump timelines. And whether or not you determine it, we are consistently jumping and shifting timelines. We are soon about to embark on the ultimate timeline shift, the ultimate Mandela effect. It's truly a mandala effect. We are going to the 0 point, as I talked about in my last video, and this 0 point is not enveloped in the past or in the future. It is in the eternal now. And this is where creation happens, in the eternal now. But when we did not realize we were multidimensional creators, when we felt that we were just humans living in a material world, we could not possibly align with the now. But now we can. The present is a present. The universe moves through you. You don't move through the universe. So this whole concept of time is absolutely a projection, and whatever demands our consciousness is laying on matter is exactly what is mirrored back to us. So obviously when we're split apart, when we don't realize and recognize and take advantage of the fact that spirit and matter are intertwined, that internal creates the external, that it is all connected, this is when we need to set up a past and a future, because we cannot just be in the now. We have to move in a seemingly linear fashion until we wake up from that illusion. And we are waking up from this illusion, and this is why many of our blood family, and I've seen your comments, I've talked to a lot of you, we are warping time. We are warping time, and basically time is being our bitch right now. And more as this ascensional process happens, the closer we get to the 0 point, as all of our 0 points become connected by the Emerald Goddess, we will be seeing drastic changes in the way we experience what we think of as time, until we finally realize that everything is happening in the eternal now. And with that realization, we activate our Merkabahs, we ascend up the etheric realms of Matmaru, we transport ourselves back, we wake up in the halls of Amenti. Yes, all of this is happening. It seems contradictory. It is not. And we will bask in what I call Hyperborean solitude. Hyperborean solitude, because no longer will the future be staring its impending doom upon us. No longer will the glare of the past be underneath our beds, underneath our shadows. We're getting out of Hades. We're getting out of Shadowland. We're dissolving time. I am Hermes, messenger of the gods, at your service. So the timeline of so-called humanity, of history, of this entire reality, is nothing more than a charade, an illusory circuit. To wake up from this dream, from this projection, we can leave the circuit, enter the event horizon, leaving the illusory confines of Father Time by achieving singularity. We are about to see with 2020 vision. This means we will no longer be caught up in the dualistic conditions which have materialized as an energy extraction matrix. This is not real. It's been a temporary prison. The cycle of birth and death is about to end, and we've been experiencing this in order to ascend up the cosmic world tree. The Aurora Borealis is the sacred feminine energy all living souls have been patiently anticipating. The fact that this emerald energy is coming from the sun is confirmed within the word Aurora. It is the aura of Ra, the Hyperborean canvas of creation. Our auras are endlessly connected to the two suns and the goddess's astral web. Everything is conscious because everything is embraced by the goddess. Water, soil, sky, sun, black sun. She is us, and we are ever unified by her glowing emerald rays. She is Isis, but she is also the ancient Egyptian figure of Ma'at. Ma'at was a goddess who personified the feminine, and her primary role in mythology was with the weighing of souls that took place in the underworld called Duat, which, as I described in my video on the land of the dead, is where we are right now. We have binded our souls together with the earth, with the mother, by performing blood over intent. It is synchronistically banding all of the eternal beings from Asgard within the goddess's web. Tom Campbell is a physicist who published a series on consciousness in his My Big Toe book trilogy. Campbell was trying to tell us, and I quote, "It's not about the body. You are consciousness. That's what you are. Your consciousness is already out of your body." Although he doesn't realize it, Tom Campbell is referring to the collective consciousness the living souls are all a part of, a unified field which is connected to the Mother Goddess and is changing right now to bring us back to the heart.
begging you, I'm